So here's the question. What comes next after we celebrate Easter? After we've gotten our Easter suits and our Easter dresses and have sat in services and celebrated and shouted and hooped and hollered, and then the pastor gives the benediction, we all scatter. What comes next after the Easter baskets and all of the food and the family and the fellowship? What comes next? Is Easter more than a celebration for us? Or is it just an excuse for us to get together and have a lot of food and fun? And there's nothing wrong with the food and the fun and the family and the fellowship, but really, what is Easter? And how do we live our lives afterward? Well, in Matthew chapter 28, Jesus tells us what he wants us to do after his resurrection. He's about to ascend into heaven to be seated at the right hand of God the Father. And he tells his disciples this. He tells them to go ye therefore into all the world, preaching the gospel and baptizing. And then he says, and lo, I am with you until the end. So he gives us the answer. See, number one, we never stop celebrating Easter. The resurrection of Christ is the bedrock of every breath that we breathe, of every song that we sing, of every testimony that we give, of every witness that we seek to offer. The resurrection of Christ is that proof positive that says Jesus is who he says that he is. He's not Buddha. He's not Muhammad. He's nothing Hindu. He's none of those things. He is the truth. Backed by historical fact, Jesus existed. He died. The stone was rolled and the tomb was empty. We live that every day of our lives. But number two, Jesus wants us to live our lives as if the resurrection is real. That means telling everybody that we know. That means loving everybody that we come into contact with. That means that the truth and the implications of what the resurrection is and what it means for us today can not just be restricted to us, but it has to be spread to every corner of this world. Are you ready? Because if you are, the truth of the resurrection is not going to knock your socks off, but it's going to knock the socks off of the people that you tell about it. Because it happened. Because what comes after Easter? The adventure. Are you ready for an adventure? I know I am. So let's go together.